Good morning. Today is Tuesday, June 24th, and I hope you had a wonderful summer solstice or winter solstice, depending on where you are watching this video from. Here in my neck of the woods, which is northeastern Pennsylvania, I'm about an hour and a half north of Philly. We are deep in it now. Like summer just came in and it is hot, hot, hot. This is not an available casting board. This is actually a plate that I wood burnt, oh my goodness, years ago by hand. And it's my wheel of the year. So I thought it would be neat to just do a spread around what we can expect this week, being the first week of summer here in the North Hemisphere. And then and the message will still play for the Southern. But we're gonna be using printable. So this is a printable out-of-hand tarot reveal. You can find this in my Patreon shop. I will link it in the show notes. And then we're gonna pick an overall theme from the deck of 120 questions, I think it is, by Kristen. I will also link this where you can find this DIY, and we're gonna do some charms. So let's just get into it. Let's use an orange card. So when I use this deck, I don't shuffle, I just go and pick a color. So we're just gonna use orange and see what question is gonna be for the week. What am I waiting for? I'm gonna put that right up here on Letha. What am I waiting for? All right, what are we waiting for this week? What are we waiting for? I feel like because it's kind of fiery, like what action are we waiting to take? What is it that we are just mulling over? Let's see. Okay, then just cut this. What are we waiting for? Just flip it over. We have the Queen of Swords. So we're waiting for our truths, right? We're waiting for the truth to rise to power, right? And so these may look a little familiar to you if you were on my Instagram when I was creating the out of hand tarot. This is the way I did the deck reveal. So the out of hand, it says, let's see, Queen of Swords, the pen wields more weight than the sword. Convey the facts no matter what. Walking a path of honesty may not always be the popular road, but at least your integrity remains intact. The truth shall set you free. So what are we waiting for? We are waiting for the truth. We are waiting for the truth to come out. And this could look like many things in many worlds, depending on what it is you're waiting for. So this week, just know that there is going to be some harbingers of truth being shared. Maybe it's an email you've been waiting for, some news, that phone call. On the world stage, we're waiting for the truth to come out about topics that just always seem contradictory and blurry. There's just a lot going on. So I love this card. This card is one of my signifiers because when you walk in your truth, you never have to remember the lies you told. You know, the truth, I do feel sometimes, while it's not always the most popular path, it is the one of least resistance, because then you're not trying to remember what you made up, right? Or when I feel like I have a pretty good BS detector, so you can kind of tell when people aren't telling the truth. And that's why sometimes things just may feel a little bit off. But let's throw a few charms and see what kind of guideposts, what do we need to know about the truth? I'm just gonna take a little handful of them, throw them on there. And so I see right away, I see the wand and it's pointing here to Lunasa. And when I see that, I think about the fire element showing up for us and just knowing that the truth is the action that we're waiting for, and it's pointing to that. Like once we know in our hearts and just collectively what it is, that's when we can take action. And then this charm, this is actually a thing I made years ago. It's a tattoo needle embedded with tiger's eye and turquoise magnesite. And when I see that, it's like the sharp point. It's something that maybe is embedded. And so there's truths that are being embedded that You know, maybe they aren't real, maybe they are, but it's going to come out. It's going to come to the surface. The DNA strand, this double helix here, how cool is that? Is talking about that thing that makes us unique, right? So just know this week, like those things that make you unique are gonna come to light, and maybe that's your power that you're waiting for, like what it is, your special thing that you bring to the table. Then we have the cat here touching the bicycle, and it's instinctually, you know, for some reason just now it's like at dawn we ride. But it could also just mean like while waiting for your words to come to power, or waiting for, you know, maybe there's things that need to be said that you've been pushing down and they need to just finally come to the surface. You know, while you do that, while you wait for the right ones to form, because instinctually, you know, you're always going to land on your feet. That's what the cat tells me. But this particular cat was also my cat, and he was very curious about the way things worked and just the state of things. And then I see it touching the bike, and it's just kind of like, you know, be able to get out in the world and continue to do those things that maybe you enjoy doing. And if exercise or getting on the bicycle and hitting the road is your thing, then do that. I also see this as my in-laws, because they are avid bicyclists. So for me, it could also mean like maybe there's some truths that you need to talk with your family. So maybe this week, what are you waiting for? Grab your deck, pull some cards, see what comes up for you. Let me know. I know this is a little bit different than my normal tarot casting Tuesdays, but I've had a lot going on this week, and I just wanted to try something new and show you a little bit about how things show up in my practice and how it's not always, you know, calculated and cookie cutter, you know. So no matter where you find yourself this week, I hope you do stand in your truth and know that that's what's going to set you free. So I'll see you next week, and I hope you have a good one. If you are in our area, stay cool. Do not go outside if you don't have to. And keep your pets cool too. See you next week. Bye.